Slow down, take your time. Coffee cooling by my side. Nothing much to do today. Let the afternoon drift away. Outside the city moves, but I've got nothing left to prove. Stay a little, breathe it in. Let the quiet morning begin. Take it slow, let it go. We got nowhere else to be. Take it slow, take it easy. Coffee in the afternoon. Let it roll, let it breathe. Nothing more I need to do. Stay a while, watch the light moving slowly through the room. Take it slow, take it easy. Let the day just carry you. Shadows on the wall, a little bit of blue and nothing much at all. I hear the city fade somewhere behind the door. I'm staying here a while, maybe a little more. No rush tonight, no reason to run. Just
こ
Steam is rising from the porcelain rim. The afternoon light is starting to dim. Paperback pages turn so slow. Outside the window, the city lights glow.
Raindrops dancing on the cafe glass, watching the busy umbrellas pass. Bitter espresso and a sweet croissant. This quiet corner is all that I want.
Oh, let the world just spin outside the door. We've got the acoustic tracks on the wooden floor.
Warm woolen sweaters and a lazy breeze.
Getting lost in the memories with total ease.
Just taking our time, feeling so sublime.
Stirring the brown sugar into the cup. You laugh at a joke without looking up.
The barista is clearing the table next door.
But we're not ready to leave, that's for sure. Oh, let the world just spin outside the door. We've got the acoustic tracks on the